So let's eat our way through the very tempting menu of Salt and Stone with the chef and owner, Sean Olson. All right, Sean, first things first, I got to ask about actually the first entree I ever tried at Salt and Stone. And now I kind of have to get it every time I go because I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's basically an ahi tuna. It's a beautiful presentation. Quality is amazing, and there's more than just tuna. So can you walk me through all the elements that go into this dish?
Yeah, absolutely. So our yellowfin tuna is an 8-ounce fresh-cut tuna, soaked in a little bit of soy, half hour, something like that. Don't want to impermeate too much. Black and white sesame seeds, crusted at a high temp with a tiny bit of olive oil. Both sides, leaving it rare for everybody to taste. A little soy glaze and some wasabi cream, smashed red bliss potatoes, and cucumber salad.
It's such a well-composed dish. I mean, obviously it's presented beautifully, and I just love all the different tastes, the different textures, but tuna's definitely the star, and it's certainly about this is like as good as any sushi restaurant you'll go to, so I absolutely love it. Now, when I come in and I want to get some appetizers, I'm always going to get meatball. If I see meatballs on a menu, I'm going to get it, because I actually think you can learn a lot about a whole restaurant just based on meatballs alone. Like, that's one of my true tests. You passed the test without a doubt. So
Thank you.
what is the Salt and Stone? What's the Sean Olson meatball recipe?
Our meatball starts with a 3-beef blend, a chuck, brisket, and short rib.
Okay.
So, flavor, fat,
Yes.
all different flavors, heavy cream, eggs.
You're going for all the good stuff.
Going for all the great stuff, some fresh garlic, parsley, different herbs, salt, pepper type of thing. Everything's fresh. Beautiful marinara that's homemade too, topped with mozzarella and ricotta.
Yeah, that combination of both the mozzarella and the ricotta. So you get the kind of meltiness from the mozzarella and just that real creaminess that kind of cuts through all the richness. I love it. Obviously, you know how to handle ground beef. That's without a doubt. So you also do a burger. In fact, you do several burgers that they're all kind of showstoppers. They're big, they're juicy. I think the signature burger, the Salt and Stone burger, is incredible. So what are all the elements on that one?
Yeah, we'll start with the same blend of the beef, right?
Okay.
We're going to do a 10-ounce portion. I think every time somebody says a jumbo's 8 ounces, I'm like, no, that's not a jumbo burger.
No. And there is a big difference. You think 2 ounces wouldn't make that big? A 10-ounce burger is a beast.
It really does, and it's fun when people get at the table, they're like, what?
Yeah.
But it starts with a nice brioche roll topped, or the little bit of bacon aioli, homemade in the bottom, the bun, the cheddar cheese, the bacon, the crispy straw onions, and go from there with homemade chips.
Yes, it's a very over-the-top, very messy, and I mean that in a good way, burger that I highly recommend. It kind of hits all those notes you're looking for if you want a bacon cheeseburger. Now, if I'm coming into this restaurant, the first thing you see basically when you walk in are those ovens, right? You have them right out on display, and that oven really lets you make these amazing flatbread pizzas, right? And this is the one called the Devil's Flatbread, which to me is like perfect because I think it just has the crispy and the spicy. But so what is the Devil's Flatbread?
Yeah, it's the fresh dough, marinara sauce. It's got our Fresno chili peppers. It's got spicy sausage and then a spicy salami.
Yes.
And it's so hot, but it's one of those hots that you eat it, you feel it, but then all of a sudden it subsides. So it's not something like stays with you hot.
You're right. It's right. It's not for one of these like daredevil kind of foods, but it hits that note and it goes so well with it. This is like the perfect pizza or flatbread to have with a beer, as far as I'm concerned, because then you hit everything you want to do. Now, you're also a guy, and throughout your career, you've always been a bit obsessed with pasta. I know that you do a great job. This is the kind of restaurant you walk into, you wouldn't expect to see this like really beautiful, really fresh, incredible pasta dishes, but you have them, including lobster ravioli, which is not an easy thing to make, Sean. So what's your presentation, your recipe for the lobster wraps?
So actually we partner with Lily's Fresh Pastas.
Oh, they do such an awesome job.
Great job with them. We tried a couple of their different pastas and decided on the jumbo lobster-filled ravioli.
Yes.
We give 5 to a plate, which rarely people finish them, but they're filled with the ricotta and fresh lobster meat. Antonio, the owner, he really is picky about his fillings, right? So then our chef makes a nice shallot buttercream. It's sauteed shallots, garlic, tomato paste, some wines, sherry, and heavy cream. And then that mixes with the pasta and topped with the fresh lobster meat.
It is so good. Your creaminess, the sweetness. This is just a place that has thought out all the flavors, the presentation. You're going to love it. It is Salt and Stone.